remember when I said this year, like my resolution this year was to make more videos, be more consistent with video making, and then I posted 2 videos right at the beginning of January, and then I like disappeared for a month. Little New Orleans Cafe du Monde action, little beignet action. The things that I would do for a beignet right now. Hey everyone, Emma here, also known as 8vinyllow, bringing all of you another video. Today's video is going to be another vinyl haul video. This is going to be for the month of January. I may have snuck in some December pickups, but shh, don't tell. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this. I hope that all of you had a great year of January. That was one of the longest months of my life, so that was a great time. Nothing bad, just super long. I don't know about you. I don't know if January felt super long to you, but it was definitely, it was something. So I missed you guys. It's good to be back making videos. I do have a haul video here. I have some records that I picked up, like I said, towards the end of December into January, and then some of these records that I'm going to showcase as well are VCLT from a couple of my very good friends. So I'm excited to get into it. We're going to jump right into the haul and talk about some music and vinyl. Okay, the first handful of records here is VCLT from a close friend of mine, Kevin. Kevin, if you're watching, hi, thank you for this. He actually sent this to me about a month and a half ago, so I've had this for a while and I've really been enjoying it. I'm excited to actually showcase and talk about this band a little bit here on the channel. The band that I'm talking about and the album that I'm going to be showcasing first is a band called the Handcuffs. Now this is a great band out of the Chicagoland area. They're an Illinois band. You guys know I'm an Illinois girl, and so I love connections like this. Now this is a band that Kevin has really been trying to get me into over the last couple of years, and because we're vinyl music people, we fall down these rabbit holes. I haven't had time necessarily to really dig into them, so he took matters into his own hands and he sent me a couple of their releases, and I have to say I absolutely love it. Not that I doubted him. I knew I was gonna really like this band, but it just kind of exceeded my expectations there. Now, first off, can we talk about the amazing packaging of this album? This is the Handcuffs Burn the Rails. Now, the Handcuffs, again, out of the Chicagoland area, led by drummer Brad Elvis. If that name sounds familiar, if you know your music, you know your Illinois bands. He was part of the Elvis Brothers. He was part of another underrated Illinois band called Screams, Big Hello, and so on. So led by him, and then Chloe Orwell, who also lends lead vocals with this band, also of Big Hello. This is a great power pop, modern rock and roll, glam rock band. This album in particular, very glam rocky. So if you are into bands like T-Rex and Mott the Hoople, which I really hope you are, especially if you're watching me, you would really like, 1, this band, and then 2, this album. So good. I believe this is their 4th studio album, but this recently, at least this deluxe edition, if I'm not mistaken, just came out this year, over the summer. So Burn the Rails. This is the deluxe edition that Kevin sent me. It comes with this very cool 7-inch single. I appreciate good packaging, stuff like this that comes with these fun little goodies. I appreciate that stuff, especially when you think about like record store days and stuff now, where you spend like $40 on a record just to get literally nothing inside, and like a warped vinyl. Anyway, neither here nor there, but here is the 7-inch. Side A is Jubilee, side B is Sour Milk C. It does come on blue vinyl, so very cool there. Very cool little, I love the artwork, look at that. He also got me, or sent me, I should say, their album Electro Love. Now this album is way more power pop. Hello Power Pop. This came out in 2008, I believe. I don't know how this band completely fell under my radar, especially with my love for power pop, especially this particular album, but really solid band, and I'm definitely a fan now, and I'm looking forward to more from them. So thank you, Kevin, for that. Not only that, though, he also sent me, and this kind of warmed my heart a little bit, He also sent me a really, really cool promo piece, something that I didn't have in the collection, even being as big of a fan I am of this individual, and that is Bob Mould. This is a promo release for his solo debut album Workbook. This is Wishing Well with 4 live tracks. So this came out in 1989, and it has Wishing Well, the LP version, and then it also has those 4 tracks recorded at the Metro in Chicago, May 14th, 1989. But one thing that I didn't know that I learned after he sent this album to me was that as I was reading the back, I noticed under musicians, Chris Stamey. Chris Stamey of the DBs. I have been huge into Chris Stamey of Big Star Quintet, so on. I've been huge. I've talked about him so many times on this channel in the last year. He actually plays guitar and lends his vocals on those live tracks. So as I was doing more research, I guess that he did a very brief little stint with Bob and Bob's band during this time. I think maybe a couple months or so, but he did play at this Metro show. So really, really cool connection there. Something that I didn't know, and I'm excited to have this in the collection, especially with my Bob Mould stuff. So again, thank you, Kevin, for these releases. You are the best. The next stack of records is VCLT from the youngest members of the VCs, so Jenna at Spins and Needles, Marichen at Marichen's Music, and Dylan at the Record Spinner. Every year, we send Christmas presents to each other and then get on a Zoom call and open them up. Really, really fun time. Well, we didn't really have time to do that over the Christmas holidays, just because of schedules and things like that. However, we did open them in January, and I do want to showcase them in today's video as well. Now, the first 2 records are from Jenna at Spins and Needles. She is helping me fill out my John Mayall collection. One album that I didn't have that is a staple in John Mayall's catalog is the latest edition. So I believe this is 1974, if I'm not mistaken here. Let's see here. Yeah, 1974, put out on Polydor. So this is a classic Mayall release that I needed in the collection that I finally have. Really, really cool gatefold there. And then she also, now I had not seen this before, so I was really excited about this. She also sent me, look at, first off, can we appreciate this artwork? Second off, look at this marbled vinyl. Third off, I am still thinking about the Café du Monde beignets, but that's besides the point. The point is, she sent me John Mayall and the Blues Breakers up close and personal, live in Texas. Now this is a limited edition, only 500 made, on red marbled vinyl. So I didn't know a lot about this release, but I guess it is, and it includes recordings from a concert at, or a couple of concerts in Houston in December of 1998. There's some recordings May 1999. So a lot of different shows in the late 90s in Texas with John Mayall and the Blues Breakers. Just a really, really cool, unique piece to have in the vinyl collection, in the Mayall collection, and she definitely nailed it with this one. So thank you, Jenna, for that. The next album is from Marichen and Jared. I was really excited about this. This has been on my want list for a while. I very recently, I think maybe 4 or 5 months ago, picked up Bandwagon-esque from this band, so maybe your gears are starting to turn. And I really, really wanted this release as well. Another fantastic power pop band out of that 90s power pop revival. I'm talking about Teenage Fan Club in their album Grand Prix. The first like 3 songs off of this whole album is fantastic, but the first 3 songs, it's kind of like the Cars debut, where it's just like song after song. It's like hit, hit, hit. Well, that whole debut in general. I mean, don't get me wrong there, but this is kind of the case where those first couple of songs back to back to back just absolutely make this album. And I'm talking about side 1, so it starts with About You, gets into Sparky's Dream, and then Mellowed Out. Those 3 back to back to back, so unbelievably good. So very excited to add Grand Prix by Teenage Fan Club in the collection, so thank you, Marichen and Jared, for that. She also threw in some goodies from Buc-ee's, or as we like to call it out here in the sphere of Café du Monde, Boosie's. But Anyway, Grand Prix by Teenage Fan Club, Marichen, thank you for that. Last piece of VCLT is from Dylan over at the Record Spinner. I'm sure you are not surprised coming from him what album he sent me. It was kind of interesting. He sent a little note with this that said something along the lines of this being like this band's power poppy album. So, and we talked about this in a live stream not too long ago. This album is actually celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. It came out in 1975. So let me know down below if you agree with Dylan's take that this is this band's power pop album. I can definitely, I hear it for sure, especially coming from this band. But anyway, the album is Kiss, Dressed to Kill. I have always loved this album cover. It does have Rock and Roll All Night on here. It has Getaway, Ladies in Waiting, so on. He can just name off the entire track list of every Kiss album ever, which is so impressive. But Dressed to Kill, finally added this in the collection. Thank you, Dylan, for this. All right, the last stack of records here are records that I've picked up over the last couple of months, part of this kind of vinyl haul. This album is kind of overdue in the collection. It has one of my favorite feel-good songs of all time. If I am not feeling good, if I'm feeling down, this song off of this album picks me up every single time. There isn't a time I listen to this song and don't smile or feel good or feel better. I love this song. This is a great album to begin with. 1979, sophomore release. The album that I'm talking about is Van Halen 2, so I'm sure that you can guess the song. That is Dance the Night Away. Now, I love this album. It maintains that raw energy of their debut. It has that hard rock with the little melodic flair in it. It doesn't get better than that. Of course, you have Eddie Van Halen just absolutely shredding on here. But Dance the Night Away, one of my top feel-good songs of all time, puts me in a great mood every single time. This album definitely fully cements Eddie's as the man, right? Like, it really, really does. He builds on his techniques. He has those fiery riffs. It's just so unbelievably good. This album's just an absolute classic. There is not a bad song off of this album. This next album also includes another one of my top feel-good songs. Every time I listen to it, I just absolutely jam out, and it just instantly makes me feel just a little bit better every single time. I absolutely love this album, and I love this song in particular. And funny enough, now that I'm thinking about it, there is a little lyrical connection to this album by Kiss that I showed earlier, Dressed to Kill. Now, the album that I'm talking about, 1990, supergroup. We're talking about the Damn Yankees. You have Michael Corleone on drums. You have Tommy Shaw of Styx. You have Jack Blades of Night Ranger. And then you have Ted Nugent coming together. 1990, they released this album, one of the greatest supergroups of all time, Damn Yankees. Now, the song that I'm talking about, feel good song again, lyrical connection to this album, Dressed to Kill, she's looking down. Anyway, I'm not gonna sing, but I am talking about Coming of Age by the Damn Yankees. That song instantly puts me in an amazing mood. Just talking about it, now I wanna listen to it. But this album is on gold vinyl. Now, it also has one of the most iconic power ballads of the 90s on here, which is High Enough. Love that song too, but Coming of Age is definitely my jam here. The last album that I'm going to showcase, my last pickup for this video, features one of the most iconic guitar riffs of all time. I actually, about a couple months ago, saw the guitarist, this artist, in concert, and his name is Martin Barre. I saw the Martin Barre Band, and I needed to pick up this album. It's just an absolute classic. Enough said on that. 1971, Jethro Tull, Aqualung. This is the 2011 Steven Wilson stereo mix. It was needed. That is going to wrap up today's kind of VCLT/vinyl haul video. Let me know down below your thoughts on some of these releases and artists and so on. Let me know how all of you are doing. It's always great to be back after taking a little break from video making and talking with all of you. So I hope that all of you are doing well. I am still daydreaming about the Café du Monde beignets. I don't know about you, and I will see you all for my next video. Bye, guys. She said, I forgot I was recording. She said her name was Mabe. All right, get out of here. Go.